Thursday. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am continuing my collection series, which is something that I like to kind of redo every year or two. I have already posted my storage collection and my tray collection. Today we're going to be talking about diamond painting wax and putty. I have a pretty wide variety of shops here. I used to be very into collecting all the putties from all the shops with all the scents, and I've amassed a pretty big collection. So because of that, I have not purchased any new stuff in quite a while. I'm pretty happy with what I have. I know there are some new shops that have popped up and I am very interested in trying their product, but one of my main goals for 2025 has been a low buy / no buy. Some months have been no buys, some months have been low buys, and enjoying what I already have in my stash. That can be really hard as someone who has a YouTube channel, makes videos about diamond painting things. It can be hard to not have the newest, most recent releases and the new shops, and it's just those videos are very popular. Obviously people want reviews on items, but you're going to see today that I have a ton of wax and putty, and I use one on each diamond painting that I do. So it's just, I need to enjoy what I have is basically the point of these collection videos, is to help me revisit the things that I already have. So today we're going to talk about everything that I have in my collection, maybe some of my favorites. These aren't going to be like super full in-depth reviews, but kind of just an overview of what I have, and I'll give you like a little bit of information, or maybe like my favorites. I'll let you guys know. So I'm gonna start with, I just realized that I couldn't find one of my, I have like a multi-pack of just plain diamond painting wax. It's like, there's some green, orange, pink, blue, and purple maybe. It's just a case that has a bunch of the little square bricks. I got it off of Amazon years ago. I keep it because it works well with special drills. So I'm not quite sure where that is right now. Or am I? No, I don't know where that might be, but I have it. I've shown it on the channel before. I don't really use the traditional wax that you get in a kit unless I'm working with special drills. So I just wanted to mention that I do have that. Also, I do have some of the clear bricks from Diamond Art Club that come in their toolkits. I have a variety of these. I do keep them in case I want to do a video or something like that. These are just a couple that I have sitting off to the side here. So I do have some of these, but they're also not in the actual video. Why is it so loud? The neighbors' dogs are barking. The neighbors are talking. The train's coming through. Sorry. Okay, let's start with these three little drawer systems. These I got from the Dollar Tree many years ago. They are dusty, but in here I have one that I keep. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I should have dusted these. The top one, I keep the red or pink heart waxes from the old Diamond Art Club kits. Used to get two. I think you got two in each toolkit. So once I filled this drawer, I was kind of like, okay, that's enough. So I have those. And then I have some of the blue ones. I think the blue heart waxes came, I want to say craftably. I don't remember for sure, but I have some of the blue ones as well. It's always good to have on hand, especially because you get it for free. Because I do find that still to be the best thing to use with really tricky ABs. Okay, and these other two, I have, honestly, something that I totally forgot I owned until I pulled this out, which is crazy because this used to be my favorite diamond painting wax, and it is the Not Your Mama's Mud. I have 6 8, 10, I have 12 of these. This is the like original version when she used to use the screw top lids. I mean, like, look at that. It still smells good. I used these so much and they were absolutely my favorite. This was definitely my first foray into like waxes and putties, and I loved them. Still smells good. They really do. I don't even know if this shop is open anymore. I should check on Etsy, or if any of you guys know, let me know in the comments down below. But I have, this is Ooh La La. I need to use these again. I need to see if I still like them. We have Warm Apple Cinnamon, another one. I think I've used all of these, honestly. This one is Melon Balls. Oh, I say that, and then I found one that I hadn't used. This one doesn't really smell anymore. I'm trying to remember the name of the Etsy shop, because I don't think it was Not Your Mama's Mud. I think it was something else. Mystery Meat, which apparently I felt the need to own. Sugared Pralines. And Cocoa Nutty. Another one that I used quite a bit. That one still smells really good. And then in the bottom drawer, the first one that I had is Through the Woods. I really liked when she had the screw tops because it was really easy to use in a multiplacer. Once she moved to these smaller ones, you really couldn't get your multiplacer down in there. This one is Seaside. We have Dave's Lemon Drops. Tinseltown. Christmas one. We have Plain Jane. I think this maybe was her unscented one. And then Dream Team. So I really need to use these. Maybe I will use this on my next diamond painting just to kind of revisit the original wax that I had. But honestly, these containers sit in like a different area than I keep the rest of my wax and putty, and just kind of, I forget about it. It's kind of the drawback of having a big collection. Next up, we have Patty Wax. Now, this is a product that I bought into the hype, and it just didn't work for me. And honestly, I should probably just part with these things by now. I know this was very popular when custom diamond painting wax kind of became a thing. It just didn't work well for me personally. I tried. This one is the regular Patty Wax. And then I think this one, am I making up that they had like a super sticky or something? I feel like they had two versions. Or maybe this was the super sticky and then this was like the original. I don't remember off the top of my head. I have not shopped on Patty Wax in years at this point. I do have some of their diamond paintings, which I do like, but the wax just never worked for me personally. I don't, mean any offense by that at all, because I know some people still to this day use it and love it. It just didn't work really well for me. This doesn't really smell anymore, just peachy, but I definitely tried. I put in the effort with these two products. And then these are just some of the free samples that you would get with diamond paintings. Sometimes they would like tape it on to the box or like the receipt. So I have Blackened Amethyst, Japanese Cherry Blossom, Pink Flamingo. Oh, they did super sticky Patty Wax. Okay, so I think the Flamingo was the super sticky version. So this is a sample of that. Christmas Tree, Christmas Tree, sorry. And Snuggle Bunny. So I have them. Maybe I should do a video where I kind of revisit some of the original things that I used, but those just didn't really work for me too well. In this bottom drawer, I have a few versions of Patty Wax. It looks like something else is in here too. Oh, what is this? Oh, I think this company worked with Oraloa at some point. This is a traditional wax. Apparently I used it a couple times. I don't remember what CC stands for though, but I'm pretty sure this came in an Oraloa package at one point. So I have that. And then I have some wee wax. Now I think these two, I believe, were their version 2 wee wax. This is from Laura from Anxiety Art Adventures, and I want to say this was version 2. Gosh, I wish I could remember. It's been a while. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since I've used these. I just don't gravitate towards wax because my preferred for my single placer is micro glue dots. Why can't I get this open? Ugh, I did it. So this one is Snow Day, which I have used. Oh, it smells so good though. Oh yeah, that smells really good. And then the other one in that version is just Peachy. Come on, Laura. You can do it. There we go. And I've also used this one. That one smells really good too. I always remember these smelling great, and it's not that I didn't like them. It's more so, like I mentioned, I just don't gravitate towards wax. So you ask, Laura, why did you buy again? Well, these were the newer version at the time. And when I can, I do like to support small shops in the community. I did use this one. This is Juicy Watermelon. Oh, wow. That smells so good. As you can see, like, I'm remembering that I felt like I didn't have to use a ton. Like, clearly I only filled my pen one time. So I don't think the issue was that it didn't work, obviously, because it did. It's wax. It was more so I'm a very heavy presser, and sometimes wax just doesn't work great for me. I also have Pool Party, which I have not used. Smells good though. And then I have Drills and Chills from 2024. This is Drills and Chillax. Kind of pumpkin, which I did use, and I will use again this Halloween for sure. I will use it for my Drills and Chills canvas. Really cute with the little ghost. So that is these 3 little drawer systems. Kind of for, oh, and I also have a birthday cake sample of wee wax. Forgot about that one. Okay, let's do the one-offs. So I have this Keep Calm and Diamond Paint Putty from ArtDot. This is just very reminiscent of the blue, what was that stuff called? It came in the blue, it's not Museum Putty, it's the other one. It's the blue tack stuff. I can't remember the name of it. It's very reminiscent of that. It's fine. I know we all kind of used those cheaper options when putty first became a thing in diamond painting, and this is just comparable. It works fine. It doesn't smell like anything, but you can get it on Amazon. I think this big thing is like $7.99, and they've come out with a couple other colors. I think there's a purple, maybe a green, if I'm remembering correctly. It's fine. I wouldn't say it's the greatest, but it works if you're looking for something you can get quickly and that's affordable. My ultimate favorite thing for my single placer are micro glue dots. I talk about these pretty often on my channel. This is a roll that I got on Amazon. The rolls usually last me, I would say like a year, if I'm being honest. I use 3 of the little pieces of the micro glue dots. I roll them into a little log and I push them down into my single placer. This here is a glue dot dispenser from Wilson 3D Designs. It is magnetic. I just stick this right on my cover minder board and it works perfect. This next one here is Swax. No, is that what it's called? Swax? Swax Caulk. I can't say that word. This is from Swartz Handmade Design. I do not believe that they are open anymore. Actually, you know what? I have something else from them. Hold on one second. All right, I found what I was looking for. And I forgot that I had these as well. So this company, I believe, like I mentioned, has closed. They used to sell diamond paintings, which I never got a chance to try. But if you followed Abigail Marie on YouTube, she eventually opened her own diamond painting business and sold putty and wax. So I have two of her putties here. This one is Beach Happy and this one is Wedding Scent. I remember thinking that these were okay. I didn't really use them a ton. You can see I was pulling it off to roll it on into my multiplacer. It smells good, but I do remember this being a little bit too, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's very putty, which you do want, but it's very soft, I guess is probably the better term. It's just not, I prefer a little bit of a more solid putty. So this one was just kind of stringy and it didn't work great for me, but it was fine. I didn't dislike it. It's just not one that I reach for very often. So I have two of their putties and then I have some of their wax. So I remember that Abigail used to host the Princess Along with Lindsay from Emeralds and Fairy Lights. So at one point they released these Princess Along shaped wax. They were both the same scent, so I don't know why I bought both. But we have a Aurora and Cinderella. I have used the Aurora one. They're fine. I didn't really dislike them, but again, I didn't really gravitate towards. Sorry about that. I got a phone call. Even though I had my phone on Do Not Disturb, the phone call still came through, so I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, I was starting to talk about the Beach Happy shaped waxes. Now, I remember this one came to me melted in pretty bad condition, and I think that Abigail had seen my video. I was basically like, whatever, it's fine. But she ended up replacing with a new set, which was very nice. I have used both sets, it looks like. I used the melted one and I used the replacement set. Again, these are fine. I didn't really gravitate towards them, but I also didn't dislike them. So I have those ones. And then finally we have Rainbow Party. I believe she released this for a Pride release at some point. Really cute. Again, I've used it. It works fine. But I kind of forgot that I had them. So that's that. Something else that I did find while I was looking for those waxes is this set of putty from Amazon. I don't even know what the brand was for these. It was a 4-pack for pretty affordable. We have lavender, banana, eucalyptus, and odorless, it says. These were fine. I've only used the purple one. As you can see, it performed kind of like the ArtDot, more of a basic putty. But it was nice to see that you could get something scented from Amazon, kind of for the same thing. More affordable, easy to get. Wouldn't necessarily recommend it as a must-have, but it's cool to know that it's there. Okay, next up from Diamond Art Supply, I have an entire order from them that I have never used because they smell so bad. Honestly, I plan to throw these out after this video. I forgot they existed until I was looking for the Swax wax, and I ordered these. I ordered these for a video with the intention of using them, and then I smelt them and I was instantly, oh God, I was instantly turned off. I was like, no, absolutely not. So I cannot speak. This one actually isn't bad. It's because it's like not there. There's barely any scent to this one. This one's Christmas Pine Tree, and then I have Autumn Day, Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, and Sweater Weather. The Sweater Weather ones look like they're actually like turning colors, which is interesting because I've had these shut away in a drawer for a while, so not sure what's going on there. I cannot speak to the quality of these. Personally, to me, to my nose, they do not smell good, so I will be getting rid of those ones. Okay, back to the putty. I have some putty here from Enabler's Outpost. I don't know if they make this anymore, but this is their Chit, C-H-I-T putty. I have some of their full size, and then a couple of falls ago, they released a like fall and Halloween bundle in a smaller size. So I have Forest Pine, Siren Song, Smells Like You Need a Vacation, Beach, the Harvest Spice, and Peppermint. Again, I like these. They're fine. They're not my favorite. I kind of find them to be a little bit similar to the Abigail Marie, or sorry, the Swartz Handmade ones. Just kind of like really stringy and I want to say loose, but I don't know if that like translates how I mean it to. Like, it's just not as hard as some of the other waxes that I personally prefer. So those are the full size. And then for the sample set that I got, we have Caramel Corn, Crisp Night Air, Pumpkin Pie, Marshmallow, Autumn Wreath, and Candy Corn. Now the sample set is version 2. These ones here, I believe, are all the original version. Actually, maybe it's just these two that are the original. I can't remember. It's been a while. I do use these. I tend to gravitate towards these scents in the fall, just because they're kind of perfect for, you know, matching to kits and stuff like that. I'll definitely be using these again this fall. They perform just fine. They're just personally not a favorite. And again, I don't even know if they make them anymore. I'll have to check their website. I do follow them on Instagram, so I feel like I would have seen if they had released any recently, but I'll take a look and I'll let you guys know. Okay, more putty. We have 4 from Crafts with Crashly. These I've had for quite a while. Again, they're fine. I just don't reach for them, and I think, smells good though. I think it's because I keep these on my cover minder boards because they are designed to be cover minders. So because they're kind of like up and away from the rest of my collection, I think I just forget about them. But I have Pumpkin Ginger Streusel, which I have used. I have Vanilla Shortbread. Oh, I don't think I've used this one. It smells good though. I must have touched it because my nail mark is in there. Christmas Tree. That one smells really good. I haven't used this one either. What am I doing? And then Sand and Sea, which apparently I also haven't used. It does seem like these might have dried out just a touch, but honestly, I think I might like them more with that because they'll be just a little bit harder than some of the other putties that I mentioned before. So that's Crafts with Crashly. Now we're going to get into probably the ones that I use the most because these are right at the front. Like, they sit right by my drafting table. They're easily accessible. I don't have to open drawers and dig through things to find them. I keep them just like this. So there's a lot here. So let's get into it. First up, we have Putty Ella Mud. I have some samples. I have some big ones. I have some smaller ones. So let's start with the big ones first. I don't know why. I think this was just a change in packaging. I believe these were the first packages and now they come in these smaller bags. So we have Butterfly Kisses, Cowboy, Mystery Scent, Fresh Spring Morning, Stomping Grapes and Sweet Grace. And then for the smaller bags, I have, all right, what is this called? Time to Wash the Kids. Oh, this was one of their mystery. I was like, I don't feel like I would have ordered that. So that was a mystery scent. We have Elf Sweat, Unicorn Hot Cocoa, Lemon Sugar, which was another mystery, Christmas in July, Mrs. Claus's Cookies. We have Oreo. I have a couple of their samples. This one is Cozy. I have Moose Munch and Summer Boardwalk. In the white pouches, again, I don't think there's anything different between the pouches. I think it's just whatever they have on hand. This one is Deep Blue Sea and Strawberry. And then Monkey Farts is also in a white bag. And then in the smaller purple bags, we have Butt Naked, Sugar Kiss, this one, Bubblegum, Flower Child, Hop to It, which always makes an appearance during my Easter kits, Starfruit, and Sunshine Mimosa. Now, this putty is one that I really, really like, clearly, by the amount that I have. I found this one by chance. I just found it scrolling on Etsy one day, and I haven't looked back. Now, it has been a while since I've ordered from them, just because I have so many. But this is a putty that I definitely recommend, especially if you like a little bit of a... what's the word that I want to use? Especially if you like a little bit more of a drier formula. It's not dry. I don't want it to sound like it's dry because it still has that, like, you know, putty feel. But as you just saw when I ripped this piece off, it's not stringy. Like, it's not just a string that's going to keep attached for a long time. It's more solid than that. And I like that when I diamond paint, because like once I put it into my multiplacer and I'm pushing down, it's not spewing out the sides. You know what I mean? Like, it's staying in the multiplacer. So if you're looking for something a bit tougher, if that makes sense, but not, I don't mean it the way that that sounds, I definitely recommend checking out Putty Ella Mud. And they have a ton of scents, and they were one of the first shops that I found that started doing the colored putty, so like the swirly colors. I liked that a lot. Next up, we have some of the Butterfly Effect Wear Dot Dot Putty. This is a putty that I find to be just okay. It smells good. This is another one that does the colored putty. And again, I do like this one a bit better because it's a little bit more of a harder consistency. I've just noticed when using this one that it doesn't last as long for me, and I don't know why. But I have recommended this putty to people who live in hot climates, like year-round, because a lot of putties can melt and change in consistency, but I feel like this one keeps its form, if that makes sense, and I do like it for that reason. I just wish that the stickiness lasted a little bit longer for me personally. So in the Dot Dot Putty, I have Beach Babe, Pina Colada, Grape Soda, Ethereal Butterfly, Black Opal, Peacock, and Southern Peach. Now, they usually come out with a putty to match whatever their weekly pen drop is. I think they still do that. I might be mistaken, but that's kind of how I acquired so many. If I liked the pen, I would buy the pen and the putty because I'm crazy. Okay, next up is probably one of my most recommended putties, and this is Excuse Me Designs. Now, they've changed names, but I think they're back to Excuse Me Designs. I think they're Excuse Me Designs like 2.0 now, if I'm not mistaken. I have a ton of these because I used to be a part of their putty subscription, so I would get putty every month. So I do have a lot of them. I'm not going to go through all of the names just because there's so many. This was my absolute favorite putty for a very long time. I highly recommend it. Check them out if you're able to. Again, I think that they're still open. I think they've changed their name back to Excuse Me Designs. This is just a putty that it lasts a really long time for me. It's kind of that like harder consistency, but once you get it in your fingers and you're kind of warming it up, it's a little bit more malleable, but you can just feel how sticky this is, and it works really good in a multiplacer. So highly recommend that. Again, I have a lot of it. So this company I'm going to save for a second because I have to grab something else to pull over here to share with you guys. Next up I have Pitty Putty. This is from Bree at what used to be Painting with Pitties. She's now Bree's Creative Journey. Bree's Creative Journey. I think that's right. She no longer makes Pitty Putty, but you know, she could bring it back. I have a bunch of these. This set here is, I think this was a bundle that she did, like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a bakery bundle or something. It has carrot cake, blueberry muffins, banana nut bread, pumpkin roll, and hot fudge brownies. And then most of these I got from her advent calendar. Was it an advent calendar? I think it was. It was a couple years ago now. It's all of these like special sparkly bags here are her event ones. The pink ones were from a different event, but all of the star ones were in that advent calendar. And then the rest of these are just one-offs that I bought from the shop. I think she might have sent me a couple of them when she was first opening to try. But I still use these, and I always feel bad because people always ask where they can get the putty, and you can't. Sorry. Okay, next up is NYX's Notion. This is probably, to date, my most recommended putty on my channel. This lasts me an entire diamond painting. I can fill my multiplacer right at the beginning, and I don't have to worry about it again. It looks like I haven't used it, but I actually used this on one of my most recent kits, and that's because of the consistency. Like, I still don't know. I feel like, I don't know if I do a good job describing this when I talk about it, but I call this a gel putty hybrid. And it's just, it's so good. Like, it lasts so long. I don't know what makes this different. I will say that this definitely leans a little bit more on the stringy side, which I know I've kind of said usually isn't my favorite thing, but there is something about this putty that just, it's so good. It's so good. I've never used this one, but it's fabulous. I highly recommend the NYX's Notions putty. The only reason I don't use it more is because I don't have a ton of them. And I don't like to repeat scents every kit. I like to, you know, share variety of shops and scents and all that stuff. So probably my most recommended putty. Highly recommend checking it out. If you're struggling with diamond painting putty as a whole, it's not working well for you, try this one. There's definitely a little bit of a learning curve just because it's that different type of consistency, but once you get the hang of it, it's so good. You do not have to refill your pen at all. Even if you're doing like a massive diamond painting, you just don't. You don't have to refill it, in my opinion. Okay, next up is a very large collection of Randa's Crafty Corner. Now, I have not purchased from Randa's Crafty Corner in years. I know that there was a change in ownership. I don't know if the formula has changed, but as you can see, this was my most purchased putty for a very, very long time. I had also purchased their wax, not for every scent, but if there was like a set, sometimes I would purchase both. I don't use the wax a lot. I've been trying to use it more recently. If you follow me on Instagram, I have shown you know, like the matching sets in my accessory photos. But this is just a really good formula. A lot of these are older and they work really, really well still. I'm using Fall Farmhouse on my current whip and it's performing just as good as it used to when I first got it. So highly recommend. Again, I haven't tried the newest version. I don't know if it's changed at all. I'm not really up on on the details, but I do recommend what I have tried. So I would assume that the newest iteration is the same or just as good if it's not. Again, I have a ton of scents, so I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can tell that this was a favorite for a very, very long time. All right, and then last up, I have some wax from Pretty Placers that I do not use. Not because I don't like them, I just, again, I don't gravitate towards the regular wax anymore. I was hooked with this shop. I loved this company. I don't have anything bad to say about them. I don't want it to seem like I'm not endorsing them anymore. I don't even know if they're still open. I think they are. Why can't I get this? Oh, I did it. Oh, they were really good at scents. And if you look at the back of a lot of these, I have used them quite a bit. But I grabbed one that I've never used. I will say that once I picked up on the diamond painting putty, these just kind of fell to the wayside and I just haven't used them. So I have the wax gems, but then I also have a ton of their Pretty Placer crayons. Now, I have the storage system that I use like attached to my desk. So I'll pop up a picture of it here so you guys can see what I have. I have so many of these and I don't use them. It's a shame. I don't use them anymore. I used to use them exclusively for ABs, and then I just figured out better ways. Like, why did I need another item when I could just make it work? But also, I love how they look next to all my diamond painting stuff, so they're still there. But I don't know. Do any of you guys use Pretty Placers? Is it like your all-time favorite diamond painting accessory? I don't know. I'd love to know. Again, nothing against the shop at all. I've just kind of grown out of them, I guess, but I collected them. I like having them. I do occasionally use them if I'm working on like a full crystal kit. For example, this little kit that I did here from Hobby Lobby. I use the Pretty Placer for the entire thing because it's not on a grid. So I guess I do use them, but do I need as many as I have? No, definitely not. But that's it. That is my entire diamond painting wax and putty collection. I know it's a lot. Let me know if any of these shops are your favorite. Let me know of any shops in the comments that you don't see here that you think I need to try. I'm not committing to anything. Like I mentioned, I am on a low buy / no buy, so I'm just trying to work through what I have. But I'd love to know what your guys' favorite wax or putty is in the comments down below. So that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!